and welcome to F175, a 2025 car. Here we go. Driven, the FW47, driven by Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. I mean, look at it. It looks absolutely massive. I mean, we've seen Lando's one as well, and Piastri's one, but this is apparently the 2025 car. Looks amazing. There's the halo, the Duracell. Let's be fair, that's absolutely amazing. I've always loved the Duracell logo. So this is Alex Albon's 2025 Destroyer. I mean, to be fair, Alex Albon is doing a lot better than Carlos Sainz. There we go. This is, I believe, Nigel Mansell's 1992 championship winning car. Naked, pretty much, because they got the engine cover off. Look at that, the Alfa Renault powered engine. Arguably one of the most advanced Formula 1 cars with this active suspension, etc. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. Nigel Mansell loved it. I love what he did with his 9 races at the time. Nigel Mansell, Riccardo Patrese. You can even smell, I think, the engine oil here. Excuse me. But yeah, Nigel Mansell. I mean, what absolutely amazing livery. Let's go further down to Honda. Nigel Mansell's car again. I'm not too sure what year though. The FW11. FW11. What year is this car? Do you know?
1986. It's an 11A.
The 11A?
Yeah.
Okay. 1986.
Wow.
That is brilliant. 1986.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Again, slightly naked, but it looks absolutely tremendous, doesn't it? What a sexy beast. Now, the FW11, there's a bit of information. Carbon moniker. Length is obviously undisclosed. Wheelbase, 2,855 millimeters. Track and width. Output. It's a twin turbo. Team kicks out, but now, this is not an actual stake F1 car, if I'm honest. Simply because as you look at it, it's got the really, really high nose. So this would have been before Stake obviously took over the team. So I'm not too sure what year this car actually is. But look at it. I tell you what, in person, the green is actually really, really good. Now I know a lot of people took the mick out of the actual the green Stake livery, but I think it looks really, really in real life. It looks stunning. And I remember under those Bahrain lights and Singapore lights, it also looked equally amazing. Next up, debut car from 1993 by Mercedes. This is before Mercedes went to McLaren. So the best result was 5th place, achieved by JJ Leto. And they scored 12 points in the Constructors' Championship in their debut in 1993, which, to be fair, for a new team, isn't bad at all. And this was after Mercedes and Sauber entered Le Mans in that classic Sauber. I forgot the actual model now, sadly. But it was the first Formula 1 car developed by the Swiss team. And now they're Stake F1. They've also been Alfa Romeo, BMW as well, if you remember. As you can see, 2024 Constructors Champions. I believe this is the 2024 car, the Chrome Edition, which looks amazing. Similar-ish, actually, to the one of the British Grand Prix. Sadly, it wasn't all Chrome. I wish the one of the British Grand Prix was all Chrome, but there we go. We can't have it all. We can't have it all, can we? But this is the MCL 37A. Shown here on tell a lie, this is the 2023 Challenger, not the 2024. I got confused because it's the 24 Constructors Champions. So there we go. 2008. Now why is that significant? Well, this is Lewis Hamilton's first World Championship car. And this particular car race wins at the 2008 German and Chinese Grand Prix. Now in the background you can hear a Mercedes F1 car starting up. But what is really, really cool about this car is to look at the detail. Some people think it's really ugly, but look, I mean, it's got the kind of like fins at the front. It's got all the flaps. Now I'll try and zoom in before this was all outlawed in 2009. It's one of the most complicated aerodynamic cars going, all the way from 2008. But look at it, it looks amazing. But this is the car that Lewis Hamilton brought home to win the 2008 World Championship. In this particular car, as we mentioned, always won the German Grand Prix and the Chinese Grand Prix. Insane. So let's carry on down. 19 I believe in 1988, the MP44. The car, yeah, this is Alain Prost's car. It looks amazing, doesn't it? This particular car won 3 races. Monaco, because that's the famous race where Ayrton Senna ended up not doing very well. Oh, sorry. So the MP4, I mean, look at it. The all-dominant car. The only race it didn't win that year was the 1988 Italian Grand Prix. So this is from 1985, before Senna joined, obviously. Alain Prost car, kind of like a bit apart. It's 40. Look at that, 40 years since that team's championship. I mean, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? I'm always amazed at how orange rather than red the marble is on these on these 80s McLaren cars. It's really quite interesting. There's as you can see there's obviously the body, the engine cover, and next up we've got the 1974 Ford Cosworth 3-litre, the M2315. There we go. Another one that, let's be fair, looks absolutely stunning. Check out this legendary car. It's the only, well, I guess you could say it's undefeated. It won obviously won the 2009 World Championship in the guise of Jenson Button and Rubens Barrichello. The actual name is the BGP 001. I mean, absolutely stunning car. And it looks amazing. Now this is the 2009. If you remember, we were talking about Lewis Hamilton's car from 2008. And what's really interesting is, as you can see, this car, aerodynamically, it doesn't have all the fins and all the controversies, not controversies, but all the fins coming out, the, well, somewhat controversial aerodynamic horns that appeared on all the cars. The 2009 regulations were a lot simpler, which is why this is a much simpler car than for example, the 2008 variants. But they got it right, didn't they, with that balloon diffuser at the back, which caused some controversy. Red Bull, as with all people, got very upset about it, and then they sort of copied it towards the end. But yeah, Jenson Button's and Ruben Barrichello's 2009 Brawl. Here we are at the Renault stand now. I mean, look at them. They look. Chevrolet. There it is without the engine cover. It does look amazing. Now, I think this is Schumacher's 1995 Benetton Renault winning car. Yeah, must be, because 94 they were with the V8 Ford, and this has the V10 Renault engine that won Michael Schumacher the 1995 championship. So here is the car for Michael Schumacher's second World Championship. And I already think the mid-90s to the mid-2000s always had the nicest Formula 1 cars. They weren't big and clunky like the ones we have now with their turbo hybrids. They had V10 screamers, minus the Ferrari that had a V12 screamer, depending on the year. And they look absolutely lovely, don't they? This is Michael Schumacher's Benetton car. See? And if you need proof, if I can get a bit closer. There we go. There's Michael Schumacher's Renault F1. How cool. Oh, amazing. Here we go, more cars. This is the Jaguar Cosworth R2, the second iteration of the Jaguar team. Remember, they took over Stewart in 2000 without its engine cover on. I always like the Jaguar. A lot of people criticise for the green. It wasn't British Racing Green. The problem is British Racing Green almost looks black on some carriages, especially the old CRT TVs, which we would have looked at. There you go, he's very carefully measuring and sticking that on. Now, very rare, they've got the engine cover off this V10 monster. And here we go, the Cosworth V10. We're going to get a really rare look at that. I mean, look at that. There's the engine. Now, normally, you'd never be able to see this back in the day because this is all kept secret. The Cosworth engine was one of, especially in 1999, one of the best engines. It was very small, it's very powerful. Sadly, it went bang a lot in 1999. It was obviously developed since then. This is Pedro de la Rosa's car. who's also well known for being at McLaren, being a McLaren test driver. There you go, that's the Jaguar 2001 Jaguar. This is the 2006 McLaren. There we go. The chrome at 2006. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I wish McLaren would have gone all chrome for the British Grand Prix of the Lando's car. Sadly, they didn't. This is the MP421 2006. So we are talking Montoya. We're talking Kimi Raikkonen, and this incidentally, this is I believe both of Raikkonen's and Montoya's last ever McLarens. Montoya's last ever F1 car, because at the 2006 American Grand Prix, United States Grand Prix, that ended up being his last race. I can see on the side, it does say Pedro de la Rosa though. Why is this one special? Well, David Coulthard raced this, and so did Kimi Raikkonen. And this is the McLaren that potentially would have won the 2002 Monaco Grand Prix. And the MP417, they didn't build the 18, did they? So they used this MP417, and they ended up using this car for the 2003 model. I mean, this was also the 2003 car, albeit a tiny bit updated. And that car, let's be fair, nearly brought Raikkonen to the World Championship. And this is the first time I've managed to get this close to, Raikkonen's. This looks to me like Raikkonen's car. This is the first time I've got this close to this actual car. And if you remember, we've got, since 1998, we had the groove tyres. And there are the groove tyres there as well. It used to be 3 grooves at the front in 98, then they ended up moving, I think, 99 to 4 grooves, because they wanted to slow things down. Groove tyres are always a bit ugly, but these cars, I think, always look so amazing. Compared to the mid-90s cars, as you can see, if I move back a bit, the wheels are a lot more tucked into the chassis than they were, obviously, for the 90s cars. So, yeah, beautiful. I mean, look at it. This is Niki Lauda's McLaren 1985 MP4 2B. I mean, look at those big, fat rear tyres. Yeah, they're wet, obviously, not slicks, but look at it. It looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? Lovely. There's a Lauda boss, men's fashion. Once again, it's always crazy how orange the actual livery is compared to. It looks very red on the TV again with the CRT TVs. I'll stop going on about that at some point. But this looks absolutely amazing. The 1985 McLaren tag. It is a McLaren fest here. We have got the 1976 McLaren Cosworth M23. Why is that significant? 1976. This is Jochen Mass. Why 1976? Isn't that the year James Hunt won? This, I believe, is Jochen Mass's car. But it would have been the same. I mean, look at that. A piece of history with its Ford engine. It just looks stunning, doesn't it? There we go. Lovely. What a lovely. And there, it's even got Jochen Mass's signature on it as well. It's beautiful, isn't it? And I love how, when you compare it to, like, obviously the mid to the mid 2000s, how simple these cars look. Beautiful. Right, next up, this is the 1973 McLaren Cosworth M19. Yeah, we're getting old now. Not even I was born then. And it once again looks beautiful. And even in the cockpit, I mean, look how simple the dials are compared to Formula 1 cars today. And the steering wheel with the McLaren Kiwi logo on. It's just brilliant, isn't it? And there's the dials. I mean, no digital readouts like we have today. They're spoiled now, aren't they? There we go. Now, this is the 1989 Tyrrell Cosworth. I initially thought it was a Williams with that camel livery on. Clearly not. Tyrrell Cosworth from 1989. Sadly, a lot of the other Tyrrells are outwards. And this is 1978 Lotus Cosworth 79. If you look here, there we go. All the races in Argentina. I mean, this is France, Germany, Austria, first, second in Holland. So the 1978 Lotus Cosworth 79. Mario. The 1977 Lotus Cosworth 78. Look at that. No front wings for the 81 car, though, remember. Don't need front wings. This is the 1974 Lotus Cosworth 72E. Again, another absolute beaut. I mean, look at it, and here we can see the Ford Cosworth engine. Absolutely stunning. Look at it. Oh, it just looks amazing. It looks so cool. And as always, we have to have a look at those. We have to have a look at the steering wheel and the dials. It's an absolutely stunning, and the JPS livery always pops out, doesn't it? So much. It's such a lovely looking car. So, there are a couple of other cars here. We've got the 1966 Brabham, which doesn't kind of look like a Lotus in a way, an old one, but here we go. Another beautiful car. I mean, look at it. It's lovely. Proper old school car you'll see in the film Grand Prix. 1966 Brabham. Beautiful. Oh. Next up, we've got the March Cosworth 701. Look at that. It's lovely, isn't it? And let's not forget the 71 and 73 Tyrrell Cosworth, the 03 and the 06, driven by none other than Jackie Stewart. I mean, there you go. Look, I mean, the engines look stunning, don't they? And here we go. There's where the great man would have sat. He would have steered. Okay, so here we are in the McLaren paddock. This is, I'm not sure what year, I'm thinking 23, 24, the McLaren. I doubt they'd actually put the Colin. Oh, there we go, 2025 apparently. The MCL 39, they have put that. I mean, I always wonder whether they're like the most up-to-date versions. Obviously, they've got 81 on one side for none other than the championship leader, Oscar Piastri. On the other side is going to be Lando Norris. So they're keeping things even, at the very least. One of my favourite things about the McLaren is the Google Chrome tyres. I've always loved them. Also, while we are here, let's have a quick look then at the DRS, otherwise known as the drag reduction system. Here we go. As you can see, there are the clips, there the button, and it's the closest I think I've ever got to the drag reduction system. It looks absolutely awesome. There's our MasterCard logos. And that's the view from behind. I mean, it is such a... In real life, these cars really pop. It's all about the colours. I always remember the McLaren, the Marlboro McLaren, even, and the fact that it looked red on TV, the old CRTs, but it was in fact bright orange. But yeah, I mean, once again, I doubt this is the actual MCL 39, but I could be wrong. But there we go. This is the McLaren paddock, and Lando Norris. There we go, number 4. On this side, number 81 on the other. Lando Norris, the British Grand Prix winner, if you will. So, since we are in the McLaren paddock, let's go have a look at the other cars. It's quite loud in there. They've got the TV on. They do have a McLaren F1, which is, if I'm honest, one of my favourite cars. This, though, have one last look at the front, which looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. I mean, that's just darn sexy, isn't it? That is just darn sexy. So, let's have a look at other stuff in the McLaren. In the McLaren paddock here at Goodwood, we've got the McLaren F1 car. I mean, look at it. Absolutely stunning. Launched in 1992. Obviously, this is not the model, but this is the car that won Le Mans in 1995. And it was 1995 was its debut at Le Mans as well. So yeah, but this is probably one of my favourite cars. They're with the F1. It's got the old McLaren logo at the front from like the 80s, 90s, as you can see here. I'll zoom in for you. The old McLaren logo. I don't know if how many of you millennials, etc., baby boomers remember that. What McLaren logo do you prefer? I wonder. So, moving on. This is the McLaren W1. Launched here 2025. It looks absolutely stunning. I mean, just zoom in. What I like about McLaren, kind of like Porsche cars, when you see a McLaren, you know it's a McLaren. Even if you don't know the model of the car, you just know. So if we pop in here, it looks, I mean, look at it, carbon fibre, obviously a slightly newer McLaren logo, because this was launched in 2025, their newest, I believe it's their newest, their newest car, and it looks absolutely, it looks stunning, doesn't it? So this is the McLaren P1, which is amazing. I've always wondered, McLaren P1 or Senna, what is faster? I think when I've spoken to the people at McLaren, they've always come round and they've always said it is the McLaren Senna that is fastest, which is nice. Well, there we go. Well, the McLaren P1 launched 2013. I mean, it's old now. It's over 10 years old, if you believe it. I mean, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? 10 years old, over 10 years old. This car now. So, and two more cars to finish off. Here is the McLaren Artura in all its stunning view. Soft top. I mean, to be fair, I can't afford any of these cars really, if I'm honest. But yeah, absolutely stunning. And I think that's, is that McLaren orange? It does look like McLaren orange, doesn't it? It is in. But yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. Pop. I mean, look at it. Steering wheel inside, it just looks so cool. There's the McLaren. Last but not least, we've got the 750S Le Mans edition. So this is the one where I think is it still now? I think it's a 650 in I think it's a 650 in Gran Turismo. But this is the one that in Gran Turismo they just haven't updated their car roster, have they? But there we go. Once again, as you can see, you can tell it's a McLaren, always from the front and the shape of the car. They've kept it, and once again, it looks absolutely stunning. But there we go. That is our McLaren car paddock. So here we are at the Atlassian Williams Racing stand. And what I think is really interesting is they have, I believe this is a side pod from last year's car, Alex Albon's. Yeah. Is it okay to pick it up? Absolutely. Yeah? Let's see how light it is, shall we? Got one hand. I can, oh my God, that's so light. I mean, I could pick it up with my pinky. Look, there you go. That is, I mean, that's just amazing. That is, I mean, it's carbon fibre, it's strong. It's really, really, really light. This one we're not picking up, sharp edges, but that's the rear wing with the DRS edges. But I can't go over how light that is. I mean, you can pick that up. You can pick that up with your finger, with your little finger. That's amazing. So this is the front wing. Look how many elements there are in the front wing. It's insane. I imagine this is, I think this is a front wing from last year. I mean, that's just brilliant. Now, if you want to have a look at here, I think this is obviously not a full-scale Formula One car, but what it is a small-scale one. Now, I imagine potentially they could use this in the wind tunnel. This is I imagine, like a third the size or something that they use in the wind tunnel to test, for example, new front wings, underfloors, rear wings, etc. And this is the one that Williams used, I think last year, if I'm honest. So it is a lot smaller. Yeah, I think it's about a third of the size it's looking compared to the actual Formula One car. I mean, like, if I show you, here's my hand next to, yeah, so, I mean, you're looking at, there's the tyre, there's the wheel, sorry, not the tyre. So, looks very cute though, doesn't it? It does look very cute. So, since there's a crowd at the tyres, we'll have a look at the tyres. They have all the tyres, Pirelli tyres, on display. We'll talk about them in a second. And let's look at the helmets. Well, I think the helmets here, there we go. Williams Racing. And what's interesting is they have, this is obviously one helmet. Here's another. This is Alex Albon's. The other one was Carlos Sainz. And this is what's inside the helmet. So, okay, we've got the side view of the helmet here. But if you turn it around, there it is. I mean, it's got the outer layer, impact absorbing, there's comfort padding, comfort for the neck. But that is what, when you cut through a helmet, kind of important, wouldn't you say? Definitely. And this is obviously what the Williams Racing team will wear. Just feel that? It's actually quite soft and smooth. I guess it has to be, because you're really squeezed tight in the car. There you go, there's the knee pads. The reason why you've got knee pads is because I imagine when you're going about 100, 200 miles per hour around the corners, Your knees are going to knock a bit, aren't they? They absolutely are. This is the Lego version, I think, of what would be Nigel Mansell. Probably the old school canvas. I'm thinking Nigel Mansell's car, but look at it. It looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? Nigel Mansell's Williams. I mean, yeah, to be fair, the wheels, I imagine, would give you a bit of a headache. There's the old steering wheel. But yeah, what an amazing piece of art. Absolutely stunning. So, obviously, we're here at Goodwood, at the Williams stand. Now, what we're going to do is, let's have a look at the tyres, shall we? Okay, we've got a soft. Do that in a second. So, let's have a look at the tyres. You've got your soft, which is your red. You've got your medium, which is yellow. You've got your hards. You've got your intermediates, and you've got your full wets, which are completely pointless because they never use them. Let's be honest, they don't. Yeah, so here's the softs. Obviously, I mean, touching them, nah, they absolutely feel no different. The softs, as we speed now, are rarely used now. It's quite often now the mediums and the hard tyres, simply because they don't last at the moment. Pirelli have made extra soft tyres over the last few races. But what's interesting here, you can tell the difference between the inters and the full wets. You can see the inter here, it's got a really shallow groove. Now this is just for moving damp, wet bits around, but probably not standing water, and you'll see why in a second with the wet tyres. So they're your intermediates. Here are the full wets, as you can see here. I mean, look, the fingers, yeah, the grooves, they are very shallow, but here, there's more, obviously, grooves, and they are a lot deeper, and the tyre sticks out a lot more because this is for moving water. Now, the issue being is you hardly see this because by the time you need this, kind of like as we saw at Silverstone, the vision is so bad that they normally call the safety car out, which is kind of sad. But there we go. There are your Formula 1 tyres, which I think is quite interesting, at the Williams Atlassian stand. So, I hear you like rally cars. This is the 2001 Ford Focus WRC. It was driven by Colin McRae late in the year 2001, and funny enough, early in 2002, had a best result of 4th overall in Monte Carlo, co-driven by the very famous also Nicky Grist. Now, sadly, Colin crashed quite badly in Costa Rica that year, and this was the last rally this car did, sadly. The 2000, so it's looking good, isn't it? Let's have a look around. This is the Colin McRae's Ford Focus, well, obviously one of the earlier Focus, Grist and McRae. Yeah, those rally tyres on there. Dirt tyres, obviously. I mean, look at that. Can you see? It even looks high-tech now, doesn't it? Looking inside. A stuff of legend, no doubt. Speaking of legend, is the car next to it even more legendary? It's a Subaru. What year, you ask? Well, let me tell you what year. Let's zoom in here, shall we? Because the year is at 1995. So this is the championship winning car, the only championship winning car for Colin McRae in the WRC. L55 bat. Derek Ringer, Colin McRae. I mean, look at it. It looks, the Subaru livery. It's a lot darker with my eyes than it actually comes on camera. But nevertheless, it looks absolutely amazing, as we can hear. You can hear the supercars in the paddock. But this is the, 1995 Subaru Impreza. Also, this is the 1997 Subaru Impreza. McRae and Grist in the Subaru. Network huge, remember that? I believe that was a game. World Rally Champions, 95, 96 and 97 were Subaru. Just about to see in the engine there's the air filter. But it is a lovely, stunning looking car. The blue on this looks slightly, to be fair, the blue on this looks slightly lighter than the blue on the 95 car, which is interesting. There we go, you can properly see inside there. Inside the car there, where Colin McRae once sat. all the way back in 19. You can see the roll. You can see the roll cage. Probably the wrong term of it, isn't it? But yeah, well, again, another massive piece of rally history. The Subaru car. Next up, let's have a look at the 1998 WRC. That's a Safari. Why is it? Well, you can tell it's a Safari. I mean, we've got these, the funnels, the Ferrari funnels, due to, what is it? The fresh. And a get out of the way at the front. Which, to be fair, I wonder how much weight that would have actually added to the car. So, again, another rally legend. This is the 1998 car. I mean, when you look close, there are most certainly going to be differences, aren't there? So, but again, 5.5. It's got the 555 Subaru Legacy Group A. Oh, look at that, Petronas Rally of Malaysia, 1993. It's probably older than some of the people watching this. And there we go, Subaru Technica International Pro Drive. Absolutely insane, absolutely amazing. I say insane too much, don't I? There we go, let's look in again. Once again, another stunning, absolutely stunning rally car. It's so good. I mean, the fact that you're close enough to touch the car. But Colin McRae, one of the many Subarus that he was in. Next up is another 1995 car. Here we go. In the paddock, another Subaru, Derek Ringer and Colin McRae. A Lancia. I'm not sure this is one of McRae's cars. I know the 83 Audi Quattro potentially was. Really, look at that. Oh, it just looks great, doesn't it? Here it is. Sticker of Rally San Remo. There's the Lancia badge. I think this is the Lancia Delta. Lancia Delta? Sorry. Look at that. There we go, the 1992 World Rally Champion for this one here, as you can see. Sainz and Moya. Nice. And last but no means least, we have a Mitsubishi Evolution 6, actually. We've also got a Toyota Celica coming up. There we go, again. What an absolutely stunning piece of equipment. This is Mackinnon challenging Tommy McRae. Tommy Mackinnon. Now this car itself was built from a brand new lightweight RS Donner car by Mitsubishi, specialist at the time. Do you remember Rally Art? And rallied here in the UK, competed in many Network Q rallies. That's Wales for everyone else, Network Q rallies in Wales. Now last but not least, we've got the Toyota Celica GT4. I mean, look, another one. Looks lovely, doesn't it? So let's then mosey on to, let's just say, the more up-to-date rally cars, shall we? So this is the 2024 Hyundai Ioniq N Pikes Peak car. As you can see, I mean, look at that massive foil. So, after that, we've got the 2014 i20 WRC Hyundai. This now compared to the, this is obviously like 10-11 years younger than the 2024 rally car. And now when you compare it to the 24 yellow rally car, this almost looks like a Rally 2 car now, compared to obviously the more up-to-date model, which is this one here. This is 2024. I believe that's got Octanic on the side. But yeah, once again, absolutely stunning rally car there. Hyundai. Yeah, yeah, Octanic. I mean, it looks lovely, doesn't it? But it looks like, yeah, but it amazes me that the Terry Neuville one from, like, you know, over 10 years ago now, it looks like a Hyundai Rally 2 car compared to this beast in 2024. As you know, Neuville won the World Championship in Rally, didn't he? But there we go. Amazing stuff. Okay, here we are. Yeah, that name, that word, the stand. Is this the last time we're going to have a Jaguar at Goodwood? I don't know. But let's have a look at their new concept car. Now, it won't be news to most people watching this on the whole app that Jaguar cars have had a bit of a bashing of late with their rebrand, with, let's be fair, not the best advert in the world, to say the least. But let's have a look at their cars. Because I do think they do look, to be fair, they do look very futuristic. But Jaguar and electric, I don't know. I mean, after that advert came out, they did not sell much at all, did they? And they're very much a company now that has tried to go with the times, but epically failed. So, I mean, this looks like a car from Total Recall. Really, really futuresque. But it's Jaguar. So the one word I want to ask is why? I don't understand. Now in here is obviously one of the other cars.
And afterwards we picked the technology that we're going to make the car.
It does look very nice.
And for this we chose electric.
But it is an electric car. I'm told, as you heard the gentleman, over 1,000 horsepower. But I imagine they're going to be very expensive. So I have to ask, who is this for? Who is this for? But in real life, I must say, they do look quite impressive. They do look quite impressive.
The engineers are.
So, but as I said, sadly, they haven't sold many cars at all. So I'm just hoping the Jaguar brand survives this rebrand and come up with something else. Fingers crossed. But as I said, the cars do look a lot better in person. So, Gordon and Murray. Yep, there's a lot of Goodwood. There's a lot of Gordon Murray at Goodwood. In fact, it's up on the main part, right outside Goodwood House. A really, really fantastic display. Now, Gordon Murray, yes, he is famous McLaren designer. He's the guy that designed the McLaren F1 GTR, the car that won at Le Mans. So you can see here, for his Gordon Murray Automotive, they're very McLaren F1 GTR-esque, aren't they? Not to say they look dated or anything like that. They look absolutely stunning. Not many of them around. Gordon Murray Automotive V12. I mean, there you go. I mean, what more do you need? And here's a much more angrier, the Niki Lauda XP1, which is, oh, I mean, look at this. Once again, you can see the DNA from the McLaren F1 1995, albeit this is a lot more updated. This is the Niki Lauda track car from 2021, and it is absolutely stunning, isn't it? I mean, there you go, XP1, and just look at the steering wheel. The whole thing looks amazing. And there we go, just to make sure to get that point. And Niki Lauda, one of the best F1 drivers ever. I think absolutely underrated. He's in my top 10 list, obviously, and I think you can even make a justification for putting Niki Lauda in your top 5. But the Gordon Murray XP1, beautiful. Just finish it off, shall we? Looks amazing. Okay, here we are in the supercar paddock. This is the McLaren Solus, and as you can see, if I can poke it through here, you can see it without its engine top off. The man gets out of the way. I mean, look at that. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? He's just slid it in. There's the cockpit. This is the McLaren Solus 2022. This is also the special car that you can get from McLaren in Gran Turismo 7. Believe it or not. But they're obviously doing something to it. These are the McLaren engineers. Does look nice, doesn't it though? Okay, I'll step it back a bit so we can see it all. But there it is, the McLaren Solace GT. As I said, you were recognising that Gran Turismo 7. It did a run in last year. It wasn't this model, it was another model owned by a Mika Häkkinen fan. And yes, it was Mika Häkkinen himself that did the run down the hill, or up the hill even, last year. So let me then move on, shall we, to this orange number here, McLaren, the GTS. It's not McLaren orange, is it? But it looks nice nevertheless. We just zoom a bit out there. There we go. The McLaren GTS. Not bad at all. So, moving on from the McLaren GTS, here we have the 750S Coupe. In almost like a two-tone livery. Once again, I love the brake disc. I always love those brake discs. There's inside. Just about see that. You can probably, hello. You can just about see me there. Can't really see much of the engine. But have a gander anyway. But yeah, it is an absolutely lovely looking car. It's a Nouveau 2026 Ultra Tour, and it does look very nice. Again, very McLaren-esque. I think, isn't it? Go. I mean, it looks absolutely stunning. Slightly bigger wing mirrors, slightly bigger wing mirrors this time around though. Gonna pop in. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at the steering wheel. That looks amazing. The seats, very much bucket seats. My fat ass wouldn't get out of that in a hurry, I can assure you. But there we go. You're right. So, yeah, what a lovely looking car. So, let's move on, shall we? I think my brother was talking to someone from McLaren who's here. Don't know where he is now. It's the McLaren 750S Coupe. It is, I tell you, this is the first day at Goodwood, and it is absolutely heaving. It's so crowded. And there we go. Not bad at all. So, moving on down the paddock. This is where we're now in the McLaren paddock. 765 LT stands for Longtail Spider. Now, where did the LT come from? The LT came from the McLaren Longtail, which is based off, once again, that 1992 McLaren F1 car. You see? There you go. Hence the Longtail. Next up, we're going to have the very green, almost Lando looking, you may have seen it, Spider. The 600 Longtail Spider. And here it is. Here. Again, looking absolutely beautiful. There we go. Awesome sat nav. That looks like an iPad, doesn't it? Amazing. So there's the McLaren Longtail.